What's up guys, I want to make another video and I know this one has basically been done by many people at this point, but I still want to make it because, I don't know, this topic, it's deep in my heart and I just wanted to talk about it. And the topic is that gaming is really not the same anymore, or what I think is also a valid argument is that gaming basically fell off, like the games themselves. But let's start with gaming like as a hobby, you know? So I remember when I was in like 3rd to 4th grade, I got my PlayStation 3, and before that I had my PS2 and I was playing GTA San Andreas on this thing, and it was amazing, man. I played the shit out of GTA San Andreas. And when I got my PS3 at like the 3rd to 4th grade, the first thing I played on that thing was GTA 4. And I remember sitting there on Christmas evening and my parents would watch me like unbox my new PlayStation. And I just throw in GTA 4, which I made my grandma buy me. Which is insane, I think the game was rated 18. But hey, I still made her buy it. So I threw GTA 4 in that thing, and in front of the eyes of my parents, I was shooting the man that was driving a car in the head with an automatic shotgun through the windshield, just to get a car to move around the map. It was insane. And after that I played Red Dead Redemption 1 on the PlayStation 3. And that was also just an insane experience. Because the thing is, at that time I was still the age that you normally play with like Legos. So I had a lot of imagination in my fucking head, which made me roleplay in these games. Like no joke, in GTA 4, I would sometimes grab myself an ice cream truck, drive to the park and roleplay selling ice cream in GTA 4. Now this kind of behavior probably explains why I never had many friends, but at least I had fun. And you know, over the years the game switched. I had like a big Gmod phase when I got my first like laptop or PC that was able to run video games. And then I played games like, I don't know, Fallout 4, and then came GTA 5 and all these things. Oh, and before my PC phase I was also playing Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 3, which is the best Battlefield there is. Like Battlefield 6 might be good, I'm very excited for that. But even if it's a really good Battlefield 6, I still think it cannot beat Battlefield 4 for me, and we will come to why later, because it's not just nostalgia, it's actually more than that, and it also has to do with like technical things. So over the time I grew older and I still played video games like all through my life. Like Minecraft was a huge thing, you know, the Minecraft phase every year. I was playing like Forza, you know, just driving around a bit. Still to this day I do this, and also like Beam and G-Drive. Just, you know, to chill a bit, because nothing beats a good old head-on car collision. You know, just to chill a bit, like calm down. But over the years I noticed something, and that was mainly when I wanted to go back to older games I played. Like Gmod for example, I played like a lot of hours in this game in comparison to what I actually did in the game. I did not play like TTT or any of the game modes. Like a tiny bit of like Dark RP, which is just roleplay. But like 99% of my Garry's Mod playtime was spent in sandbox mode. And I would just like position stuff and like build out scenes. Kind of like a filmmaker, I guess. And just like build up scenes and then like kind of roleplay in them, I guess. It was really like Lego for me because like I was still in the age where you kind of play with Legos sometimes. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I was alone with that. I think at like 10, 11 you still played with Legos, right? That was like the prime time. But yeah, when I was like 14, I got back to the game and I did not enjoy it like that. Like I just couldn't go into Garry's Mod and build out a scene and have fun. That wasn't a thing. Like I needed, I don't know, a shooter, something with a goal, basically. I needed a game where you have a goal that you can achieve. And I think the only exception from that rule was Minecraft. But I don't really think that counts because Minecraft, you know, everybody can play Minecraft. It's an amazing game. But yeah, I found myself in a situation where I could not like imagine that much stuff anymore in the game world. And that was when I was 14, so now I'm 21 years old. And when I go back to these games, I do not see them the same way that I did like 11 years ago. Man, I feel old saying that, what the fuck. 11 years ago, I was a sentient being. That's crazy. But yeah, nowadays, I don't know, I still play like Forza and Beam and G to like, you know, kind of shut my brain off. Of course, the Minecraft phase is always there, like every few months, I think. Somewhere in the last few days, I tried out Crysis for the first time in my life because I never played it. Pretty cool game. But yeah, nowadays I don't sit down and put on GTA 4 and pretend like I'm selling ice cream in the park. I don't do that. Because that would be insane, right? But I did that as a kid. I don't know, like I played video games so different when I was younger than like today. Another good example is Skyrim. I love Skyrim. Skyrim is such a good game. It's amazing. Even with its flaws, maybe even especially because of its flaws. But like when I was younger, I really roleplayed in that game. Like I roleplayed the shit out of this game. I never came close to beating it on the PlayStation. I think on the PC I actually did beat it one time, but I kind of used the console a few times to cheat a bit. Because I was a pussy. But yeah, again, when I played it, I think I was like, I don't know, 18 roundabout when I played it the last time really. Like I played it for the missions and like for the stuff that's there to do. But when I was younger, I literally only played the tutorials until I could get into the free world. And I only played like open world games. I never played stuff like The Last of Us. Because I just felt way too restricted in these games. Like sure, there's, you know, segments where you can walk around, but it's not a true open world. And so I would play the games until I get the open world, and then, you know, sometimes I would do a mission or two. But most of the time I would just, you know, walk around the open world and explore it. And sometimes do a bit of roleplay. Because I was a kid, man. Like that was my creative outlet, I guess. And I don't know, man. It feels so weird like talking about this because I don't know if that's normal. But you guys can write in the comments if you experienced something similar. Where you played games way different when you were younger. But that's definitely my experience. And another thing that I wanted to talk about, like the technical aspect, I think is very well explained in this video from Some Ordinary Gamer, which is about Unreal Engine 5 killing games. Because I had a 1080 Ti for the last like 6 years or so. And I remember when I was like 12 to 14, which I think at 14 I got the card, and I was rocking it until like last year. Like that was the card. That was like the 5090 of the days. And the amazing thing is the 1080 Ti, like to this day, today is September the 25th, 2025, and even to this day, the 1080 Ti is still a great graphics card. You can definitely still use this thing. Whereas if you have like a 3060, I'm not too sure about that. Because I feel like the hardware, especially GPUs, went more in the direction of like DLSS, like having AI generate fake frames instead of having more raw power. And some other trickery to try to make it more efficient and like better. But in reality, we really did not get that much further in like raw power. And I'm not saying that a 1080 Ti is like just as good as a 5090 today. But the steps we're taking forward are definitely shrinking. That's at least my expertise, if you could call it that. So that's the hardware side, which is not really looking that great. And then there's the software side. Now back in the days, like remember Battlefield 4? Battlefield 4 is so good optimized from, you know, what I'm experiencing as a player. Especially in comparison to how it looks. Dude, in my opinion, Battlefield 4 holds up to this day. I still today play this game sometimes. If I want to play a good Battlefield, I play Battlefield 4 even in 2025, probably even in 2026, and probably still in 2030. I'm gonna be honest. Cause it just runs, it just works, it looks great for what it is. Sure, you know, the textures are at some points not that high definition by today's standards. But I do not care about that. I want a good working game that looks like, you know, Battlefield 4 looks amazing to me. It's all I need, like really. I do not give a single fuck if the shadow on my screen is like ray tracing 8K triple rendered or if it's pre-baked. I don't give a shit. As long as it looks good, I don't give a shit. And what especially like stuff like Unreal Engine I think is doing is they're like, oh well, look, we have like real-time shadows that are like to the fucking atom, calculated in a realistic way so that you're basically simulating an entire universe in your fucking graphics card. I don't care. Pre-render it, I don't know. Do it like in the old days, it looks fine and it runs very good. Like dude, I never had frame issues even with the 1080 Ti on Battlefield 4. Like you could run this thing today on basically anything and it still looks great and it plays great. And you don't have to rely on like DLSS or fake frames, which introduce a lot of like weird mouse feel because of delay and stuff. No, it just runs on your raw power, like that's it. There's nothing more to it, there's no trickery. And again, this video from Some Ordinary Gamer explains that pretty good because like many companies are switching from their own engines that they like worked on so many years to Unreal Engine 5, which is just like a universal engine which does like everything but nothing really exceptionally good, I think. I don't know, it feels like to me as a consumer they're switching from a highly customized tool that is specifically made for their games and works perfectly for that, and with some more work put into it could work even better for their games, They're just being lazy because they don't want to spend that money further developing their engines, and instead switch to the universal tool, which is Unreal Engine 5. Because who gives a fuck if the newest Mafia games only runs at like 30 FPS on the top tier PCs? The people who publish this shit only care about money, and it makes them money, so why would they give a shit how it runs? I don't know, man. This video started with me just being like, gaming is different, and it ended in a complete rant about the whole gaming market. But yeah, I think that's it for the video, guys. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment below the video, that would really help me, and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss the next one. And with that, I'll say bye.